university.edu.ng. Announcer, Registrar.
Splash FM 105.5.
One passenger. Big auntie. Come and enter my bus now.
Hey, conductor, this cough is serious. I beg, you need to go to the hospital.
Hospital? Auntie, if I go hospital now with this cough, those people will just say I have COVID-19.
No, they won't. Doctors say cough symptoms are different in every condition. Some are dry, others are wet, like your own.
God bless you, auntie. I have told this my conductor. The cough has refused to go, and it could be tuberculosis.
Conductor, check am o. Make you dey sure, because who no go, no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB tests and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 for information on where to get the tests. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
Gbogbo ènìyàn ẹ kí kábíyèsí tó wọlé dé.
Kábíyèsí o.
Ó dé, ó ta gbogbo wọn yọ, ó rọ́ wọn tòkè tilẹ̀, ó balẹ̀ bí ọ̀wàrà òjò. Àǹbà! Ohun mímu afúnilágbára tí ń jẹ́ kára ẹni ó jí pépé tó bá dàbí ẹni pàgbára ń lọlẹ̀ tí ò fẹ́ ságbára mọ́. Gbàgòlò àǹbà kan kó o gbé lura. Àǹbà energy drink la fi èso guarana pèlò. Ó sì kún fún oríṣiríṣi èròjà aṣaralóore àti fítámì. Tọkùnrin tóbìnrin ló lè mú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò lọ́tí nínú rárá. Ó wà káàkiri ilé ìtajà tó súnmọ́. Béèrè fún kan tiẹ̀ lónìí. Kò jẹ gbádùn tó ṣàrà ọ̀tọ̀. Amber Drink Limited tó wà ní ọgbà Coco Industries 1 Coco Road off Akilo Road ọgbà Ìkẹjà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ló ń pin tó ń tà. Ìwọ náà lè bá wọn dòwò pọ̀ lónìí láti jẹ́ alágbàtà tàbí aláràtúntà. Nọ́mbà yìí ni kó o pè sí 070-2606-4458. Amber Energy Drinks ṣàfikún agbára inú rẹ.
Splash FM 105.5.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Morning once again, and welcome to another segment on your favorite breakfast show on Splash 105.5 FM. We are the Integrity Station, and we're reaching you live from the big barroom city called Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State. And I know that, of course, one of your favorite, programs on Splash usually is when you wake up in the morning and of course you hear some of the news headlines and hear interesting stories from Splash 105.5 FM. Now the hosts of the breakfast shows on Splash come together on Friday, which make us breakfast gang. I'm Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa. Joining me this morning is
Oluwaseun.
Yo.
You didn't miss the beat this week.
Of course not. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be back on the radio. My name is Chariy Jerome.
Absolutely. All right, so what we do on Fridays at 8 o'clock, and you definitely should not miss it, it's an interesting segment where we look at the week and some of the trending stories making headlines this week. All right, so we're enjoying you to be a part of the program. Hopefully we'll have some time, ample time, to take your reactions and comments. So if you look back at the weekend, there's a certain story that resonated with you, we'd like you to drop it in our inbox right now. Send us a text message on 0809-155-1055. This was an interesting week, I would say. I know that for the past few weeks it feels like what's been happening, what's already been happening, not much, but I think this week quite a number of things happened. I know on Monday you discussed the Oluwaseun coronation, and a lot of people were inspired by this very young king. And I mean, I went back to read, a bit back into his history, how his father died, and then his uncle ascended the throne. At the time, he felt ready to ascend the throne, but eventually, it came to him. And a lot of people were really inspired by him also, I guess, because he was Christian and he was very public about his faith in God. But I mean, what were your thoughts, especially about his speech, which I found very, very insightful?
I was more interested about the monies that was spent.
Wow.
It was not really about
Let's start from the speech. But
Yes.
the first thing I got about the speech was he started spiritually, like he was a spiritual mind. He believed there was a curse placed on the people of Warri, on Nigerians, as it were. And the first assignment he actually carried out was to remove the curse that he believed must have been plaguing the nation, been plaguing the place. Well, I have not much to talk about him because I know there's a traditional stool and he's occupying that stool. Yes, young people should occupy that stool, but I'm afraid that they become, not more productive as they should be if they are professionals in what they do, rather than just sit down and oversee a traditional society that is almost non-existent, as it were.
Absolutely.
I hope that it will bring in some fervor, some energy, some innovation into that stool, if he's allowed to do that. I love the fact that he was a young man.
So what for you, Charity, was it about the money that you were that you were surprised?
No, it was the amount that was spent, first of all, on getting cars. And I'm asking...
He did for himself.
Yes. Eventually, I got to realize that was what he did for it. It wasn't like monies were taken from the purse or something. But it got me to ask, what is the relevance, like the practical relevance of traditional rulers, apart from being venerated and celebrated as the, figurehead traditionally of... What kind of impact do they deliver to the lives of the people? That's what I'm like... there was so much fanfare. People were excited. How's that going to translate into the lives, better lives for the people of Warri?
There's a BBC interview that I think touched on that, and what he said was the fact, just like the monarchy, the British monarchy, for example, they make a lot of money, even though we're not quite there yet, and that's the area we need to start looking at. There are people who pay to just go and take pictures, just go and see the Buckingham Palace. Okay. And there's a lot of revenue that comes in from, from that. So that's one of the things I think he said was looking to start to do.
She asked a question. You question the relevance. First is, you wouldn't ask us to discard our tradition.
No,
you wouldn't ask us to discard our institutions. We'd rather make them work, and make them effective as much as we can.
Yeah, I think we can tone down.
They are supposed to be involved, even in the modern age, they're supposed to be involved in dispute resolution within this alternative dispute resolution, as you call them. They're supposed to also be involved in security because they have a network of people who know the people in that community, and they can always identify who came into our community.
Right. I agree. I agree.
So things that they're supposed to be involved in.
Practical are those? We know that almost every area in Nigeria have traditional rulers, and they're supposed to know the people. And how has that helped our security situation now?
If they are not doing it, it's a different matter. That means they are not doing what they're supposed to do.
That's why I feel like
do it.
Yeah, that's why I feel like. It just seems like it's all celebratory, and then there's nothing practical that we're but we spend all this money. We know that at the end of the day, we rely on government, and even government is failing us. So when we have all this fanfare, for traditional purposes and culture, I can understand the relevance. But beyond that, really, for me, it's
there should be more than that. Absolutely. Because for me too, I know a lot of people have this fairy tale. Oh, this young guy, prize from the, he has such a great reputation also in the business world as well. But oftentimes our tradition doesn't allow people to do much beyond just, be figureheads and say. So people are just hoping that, since he's so different from what they've obviously had, hopefully there'll be something new will come out of this. Also, something that happened, I don't know if you talked about the president's son's wedding.
We talked about it too.
Yes, this week as well. A lot of people obviously raised concerns, especially on the affluence that was seen, on this occasion as well. People talked about how the economy is struggling. So much is happening. I think even in the news this week, 4 days ago, Joe Jesus talked about, it says Nigerian Medical Association and Joint Health Sector Union on Sunday expressed concern over the disregard for COVID-19 guidelines at the wedding of Yusuf, son of the president, President Buhari. Buhari's son had on Friday, married Zara, the daughter of Emir of Bichi, Nasiru Ado Bayero, in a ceremony attended by top politicians from the ruling All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party, among others. However, the guests were observed to have shunned COVID-19 social distancing rules, while many others did not wear face masks. Apart from COVID-19, people just had issues with the fact that our president, but then I don't know why, saying that, I don't know why people are surprised. It feels like, that's how it is. President that jets out when our medical association is on strike or hospitals are on strike. What do you expect? What are your thoughts? Is this just?
I understand that the president is rich. He's the president. He's rich. What I want to argue about, some people would say
our
he was.
President is not rich.
Okay.
Our president is Gaskia.
Okay.
Yes.
What's Megaskia again? Truth teller.
Megaskia.
Our president wears Louboutin shoes. Do you know how much? Do you know how much Louboutin shoes? Do you know how much Louboutin shoes?
Our president lives a Spartan life.
That was the perception that was sold to a lot of people before he became president. That this is a very modest man,
was a shoeless
modest living, and then you see that kind of wedding. He's the president. His son was getting married to the Emir of Bichi. These people roll in money, so it's not surprising. But I had an issue because, compare that kind of living to the general reality of Nigeria. That's where I have a problem. The president is a person who's saddled with making lives better for Nigerians generally. So when things are at its worst, as they are now, with people struggling to make 2 meals a day or, earn a living for themselves, and then you see such affluence. And then maybe months or weeks after they come and they are talking and they say Nigeria doesn't have money. You're trying to situate all of this.
Right.
We don't have money, but where's all the yes, it's their personal money. Yes. I can understand. But I feel like there should have been some sensitivity. First, there's COVID-19. So that should have made them turn it down a bit. And then there is poverty. There's abject poverty in the land.
They call it out there right now.
Yeah, so,
I think the president is like Mr. Shadow. Mr. Shadow is a man. He's like that woman you marry because you think she's different, but then you marry her and find out that she's just like everybody else. I think that's people are really just in awe because they felt, this man is different. He's going to do something different.
There are people that still believe the president is different. He's the best thing that's happened to Nigeria.
After sliced bread.
So there are such people.
Not Samuel Otom.
No, wait.
Okay, let's wait on the wedding.
There are many instances. I was just trying to find the document, but I couldn't let my hand on it again. A writer just chronicled some people who had, the opportunity of sending their children to their husbands' places while they're in public office and didn't make a fanfare like this from it. Obasanjo had 2 of his sons got married while he was in office. He didn't make this kind of fanfare. There are many people, even Yaradua had something like that with another governor, and he didn't make this kind of, elaborate wedding with so much, noise and money.
And Nigeria was better then.
Yeah, no, the point I want to make is this. Look, making a difference is usually supposed to be deliberate. I thought that our Megaskia will have made a difference with this kind of an opportunity to say, look, it's a private affair. I do not want this kind of fanfare.
Yes.
Just let's do this thing and reflect the mood of the country. But that didn't show there. Look, our political elites are the kind of people who take our money and flaunt it
in our faces. Make you look like you are the lazy one.
Yes. And I found it interesting that people like Femi Fani-Kayode were present at that.
I'm not surprised. Fani Kayode is someone that
he's a staunch critic of the president with very harsh words.
Without sounding like you want to malign his character, is someone that when you give a food, you start talking. Look, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. And I wrote it on my Facebook page. I said, our political elites are united. We are the ones that are divided. They have the same interest. And they shop in the same market. They look for the same thing, and that's power. So it is until when the people are united that we'll be able to confront these hegemony, these class of people who take our money, and also show us that we are lazy.
Right. Okay, let's take this text and then I'll go straight to a commercial. Don Akagbusi says, I think we're reducing the discussion because crowning of a clan Oba is not a national issue, though the busybodies were all there. And what President Buhari means is that he's not rich compared to the Obasanjos. I mean, this is the Oba's coronation was something that even made international news. So to say that, not to talk about it because it's, clan is...
Look, it's a traditional historical stool that cannot be ignored. Let everybody know that. Oluwaseun is in the class by itself. It's not any just one Oba that surfaced from somewhere. It has history. Go check it. It has a very huge history. So you cannot ignore it.
All right, Ronnie, before we head on that break, I think we should remind our listeners that we're streaming on Facebook and they can all actually leave comments. We'll be taking comments, as many as we can, before we leave today and acknowledging those who appear there. So get on facebook.com/Splash FM to watch the live stream and leave us your comments.
Absolutely. Share this video. I mean, it's such an interesting segment and we know there's so much that you can take away from this. So share to your community. Do us that one favor and share to your community right now. When we come back, like I said, I was going to take the Autumn story that also was trending story this week. And then, of course, we'll take your reactions and comments. Don't forget, text us if there was a story that you felt, hey, we definitely should be talking about this. It made news. It was trending. Then send as a text to 0809-155-105. And if you're watching us live as well, leave a comment in the comment section. We'll be reading. Don't go away.
Splash FM 105.5.
Sunshine, you make me smile. You brighten my day. Lifting iced tea. My sunshine in a bottle. In every way. Lifting iced tea. No be lie, yo. You give me refresh. Lifting iced tea. I can't deny my sunshine drink. Lifting iced tea. Oh yeah, show me your shine. Come make it chop better life. Mommy and daddy and everybody, show me your bottle job.
Chop better life with sunshine in a bottle with the refreshingly delicious Lipton iced tea. Available in peach and lemon flavors.
Lipton iced tea.
Lipton iced tea. Deliciously refreshing.
Momsy used to tell me after dinner time story how they used to chop life at your one bad parties. Chicken curry sauce, my mom is the boss. You can never have enough of party to love. But these days all we see is just concoction. Like we got smacked in the head and got concussion. No more daily treats, no more Sunday best. Is this what you eat? My God, why settle for less? It's night time, everybody gotta live it up. Maggie chickens in the kitchen, everybody season up. Mouth water and lips smacking, finger licking. Didn't I tell you every meal tastes like chicken? Spice up every meal, don't let them taste the same. Cause Maggie chicken is making chicken great again. Just know one thing, just know I really, really love it when you cook with Maggie chicken. Maggie chicken now comes in powder.
With Maggie, cook the difference.
Today is a good day. A good day to take a walk. A good day to reach for your goals. A good day to finish reading that book. A good day to connect with your friends while doing the things you love. A good day to shoot your shot. A good day to enjoy life to the fullest with Malta Guinness.
Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good.
Bode, now what do you dey find for kitchen?
My dear, na spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guaifenesin. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Ide kulele to drink.
I dey relief now. I love comics.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Ide kulele.
Many people just
All toilet cleaners. Small change, big difference for a healthy family.
Babe, that girl must be using something. Hey, Berry, what kind of something? You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32. You're cuckoo right. I know her secrets. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day. Tell me her secrets. I'll give you a hint. ABZ. ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear. You can't keep a secret.
New Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
Anytime you feel cold and Qatar, take Procold. Procold now better melody. Take Procold for effective relief from cold and Qatar. Everywhere you go, take Procold.
Make no waka miss road o. Procold get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh within 20 minutes. Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Procold, na better medicine.
Take Procold. Take Procold. Procold. Take Procold.
Becky, come and have your cereal.
Mommy, can I have my cereal with Moron Glucose D, please?
Can I also have my tea, please?
Of course, darling. As a mother, I choose Monroe Glucose D as the sweetener for all my family's cereal and beverages because it not only gives my family instant energy, Monroe Glucose D is enriched with calcium and vitamin D. When you're buying, look out for the Monroe Glucose D logo on the pack to ensure that you're getting premium quality. Monroe Glucose D is manufactured by Brand Monroe Limited.
Ó dà, ìyáàfin, àwọn àmì wo là ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ gan-an? Ṣé ó máa ń pẹ́ lórí ẹ̀rọ ọ̀pẹ ni?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, dókítà.
Ó dẹ̀ tún máa ń pẹ́ lórí ayélujára.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ó máa ń pẹ́ gan-an ni dókítà.
Ó yé mi. Dátà rẹ̀ ò dẹ̀ kí n tán àbí?
Dókítà, kókó ojú ọ̀rọ̀ náà ni pé tí kò bá sí lórí ìpè, a máa wo eré, ká máa rẹ́rìn-ín débi pé ẹ máa gbọ́ ní máìlì 8.
Ìyáàfin, ọkọ yín ti kó Glow bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ fever.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, ẹ̀yin náà kó Glow bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ fever. Tẹ́ bá forúkọ sílẹ̀, tẹ́ sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lo síìmù Glow tuntun yín, ẹ gbà àfikún $6 lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Yóò fẹ́ tó àfikún $100 kan lórí gbogbo ètò data yín kẹ́ ẹ lè wà lórí ayélujára, kẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀, kẹ́ ẹ sì dọ́wẹ́kẹ̀ dìgbà tó bá wù yí. Àwọn alábàáṣòwò wa tuntun àti tó ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀ yóò jẹ àfikún $7 ní gbogbo ìgbà tí wọ́n bá ra káàdì. Ẹ kàn sí Glow World tó bá súnmọ́ ẹ̀yin jù tàbáwọn alágbàtà wa láti ṣèforúkọsílẹ̀ kẹ́ ẹ sì máa lo síìmù yín lọ.
Unlimited. Splash FM 105.5.
Morning Splash. Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
All right, welcome back. It is still your favorite breakfast show this wonderful Friday morning. Of course, you are spending your morning with your favorite breakfast show hosts, and we're looking at the week and some of the trending stories in the news. This week as well was when the Nigerian Defense Academy got attacked, and I mean to think that you would never think ever that this kind of thing will happen, but I mean we're in times when so many ridiculous things happen. In the news, I think today, it says NDA attack, it's evil, pure and simple. Okay, Femi Adesina's response to it said it is both sad and disheartening to observe the construct as some people try to give certain developments in the country. And that came out in bold relief in this week's attack on the officers' quarters of the Nigerian Defense Academy, in which 2 people were killed and 1 abducted. News headlines, the slant of the stories, the analysis and discussions all tended to paint a narrative of the humiliation of our military, the failure of government, and the fact that anarchy had been unleashed on the land. Watching, listening to, and reading all the deliberate obfuscation of the matter reinforces the conviction once again that our country is filled with haters of government, of humanity, of good, and even of God. They deliberately muddy the waters, rejoice at evil and all forms of iniquity. Wow.
That's from Femi Adesina.
Yes, this is from Femi Adesina. This is in the Vanguard newspaper today.
If there's anything that shows me, it's the disconnect between how they see things and how the general masses, if you like, see things. People are concerned. The NDA, everybody knows how important the NDA is. This is an institution that trains military officers to be the people that protect the territorial integrity of Nigeria on different fronts. So when it is easily attacked or invaded under whatever guise, it is called for concern. And I think that maybe some people took it a little too far, but considering what has been happening since, I don't know, for the longest time in Nigeria, it's natural for you to have people express shock and concern and fear for their own safety, especially people who are just bloody civilians, as they call us. So I can't understand the anger, really. Neither can I understand that.
I mean, with his response, does it feel like they feel like they are, when people say the whole hater thing, and to think that we'll carry this on to governance, haters, when people say that, you think that, people on social media who just think very highly
people that call people whalers. So I don't think this is new.
Femination coined that word in respect of those who criticize government or complain about, the ineptitude of government in Nigeria. He called them whalers. I think that word is from him, as much as I can remember. If I stand to be corrected. But look, why do they dwell more on defending their principle rather than facing the issues that are being raised?
People are raising valid issues.
Yes, so if people are raising issues and they consistently continue to raise these issues, why don't you sit back, step back a little and look at these issues and say, okay, how can we address these issues, rather than assume that everyone who speaks up is the enemy of your principle. I mean, your principle is going to be there in the next 24 months. Your principal will have been voted out by somebody else. He will no longer be even on the ballot paper. It will no longer be on the ballot paper. So it will simply be like Chief Oluwaseun Obasanjo, who is in his farm, living his life.
Exactly.
I mean, kneeling down for Oluwaseun and greeting people and enjoying his life. That's all your principal will be reduced to at the end of his tenure. It will no longer have that power again. So, and because this position is transient, I thought they will be reflective, with some introspection, understand that sometime soon we will be out of this office. We will no longer hold this sway. So when you get out, how do we see you? I mean, today, Abati used to be in that seat. Today he is a presenter like we are.
Absolutely.
Honorized news, that's what he does. Every morning he goes there to do presentation and go back. So what else? Can he summon anybody to a news conference now? Even if he calls a news conference, he's going to pay money. Unlike before, when he summons a news conference, everybody will be there to want to listen to what he has to say. So today, these people need to step back and look at issues rather than always think that everybody who speaks up is the enemy of Mr. President.
Absolutely. Chariy, you don't want to play devil's advocate today?
So those who attacked NDA, those who attacked NDA, they have attacked the essence of Nigeria, particularly our security. They have attacked our territorial integrity. They have shown us that we are not as big as we thought we were, and that our security is not as strong as we have imagined. Absolutely. And if there are collaborators amongst those who live in that institution, then Nigeria is in trouble, to say the least.
Maybe I don't want to play devil's advocate after all.
Okay.
So, what's the brouhaha? I mean, even the Buckingham Palace at some point was, yes, somebody was able to gain access into a fully fortified Buckingham Palace, and the world did not crumble. So, what's the big deal? Besides, is it so much of an attack if we're seeing the numbers? I know casualty is casualty regardless, but when you say an attack, you would think houses would be burned, people will be killed in droves, but they basically just perhaps wandered by mistake into the area and decided that this was not where they wanted to be. And of course, they had to leave a print, so they left. I mean, even the chief of army staff said it was like a robbery. I mean, like he was like
a book you are reading from.
He said, I think the first comment after the whole incident was like, everything is fine. It's like a robbery. Someone tried to rob. He made light of it. So really, though, I think.
We should not just.
Yes, it's not a big deal, really.
No,
it's not a big deal.
I think Chariy is gonna.
She's tongue in her cheek. So
she's being.
I don't think I read the sarcasm in her voice.
She was just being sarcastic. But I mean, over this,
just on your face.
Exactly. But I mean, the president got called somebody who's not as good as a Boy Scout leader over this NDA situation. So I can imagine, I mean, if I can imagine that obviously a lot of people jumped on this, even people that just wanted to jump on it because of political reasons. And that's why I would say maybe a Femi Adesina would say, okay, haters. Perhaps he sees people that even you want to jump on this story.
Even Garba Shehu said those who did that wanted to embarrass the president.
Imagine.
He said they weren't ruling it out, that it's possible.
That they wanted to embarrass the president.
He didn't say for a fact that they wanted to embarrass.
For him to even have that thought.
Well, they're considering all the options.
And they speak for the president. So obviously they're not going to say anything
they're speaking the mind
contrary
of the
to the president's.
They are speaking the mind of I will assume and I will believe that they are speaking the mind of Mr. President. So whatever I hear from them is what the president wants them to say.
Well, let's see. The PDP has said the leader of a Boy Scout would have fared better than the variant of leadership President Buhari has exhibited. See, these are the kind of people that would warrant you are just haters, because whilst you were there, we also had insecurity.
It's only the PDP that's reacted.
Exactly. So I would understand.
The police headquarters was bombed when they were there.
But yes, it's not only the PDP that's reacted to this now. So what about the rest of us who have valid concerns about security based on this invasion? Does that make us haters too? Because we're concerned?
No, I'm not saying we're haters. I don't even want to see that narrative. For me is puerile and it's too childish. It's pedestrian. If we had NDA attacked by terrorists, because I hate the word bandits now.
Suspected government.
No, I don't even want to say suspected government. By terrorists, it takes a terrorist to approach the NDA. I mean, it takes a terrorist.
No, let's not start painting it like they walked in through the front door. It was some security breach on the fence. They had bushes behind. That was how they were able to gain entry.
And I maintain that for my sanity's sake. It will take a terrorist to attempt it. Let my barrack at Mokola there. You don't wander there.
Exactly.
Odogbo, you don't go there. There was a day I was driving in Odogbo. Somebody was harassing me and I was driving maybe a little bit faster. I was stopped at the gate and the guy was checking everything. Checked my shirt, checked everything on me.
So it's not.
So is that a place that I was just driving? I didn't even stop anywhere. I was simply driving.
Even if you're going to Disney World, you don't just enter and just, Anyway, let's look at our Facebook comments. Michael Tayo Majiagbe says, "Good morning to you in the house. It's the wedding of a president's son. What do you expect?" I don't see anything wrong or overdone, Jerry. I just put the Jerry just for emphasis. Anyway, he says, "I think we're overflogging the issue. You guys are doing a great job, though. So, I like that. Sandwich, criticize,
thank you, Michael.
We really like that. Okay, so let's see more comments. So put comments in the comment section. We're actually live chatting. I'm going to be responding to you as day hot. All right, so go to our Facebook page. We appreciate all of those who are watching currently. Do share to your community. Share. That's the currency. Share to your community if you love us. And of course, leave a comment in the comment section. We're going to be reading those comments right now. All right, so thank you, Michael, for your contribution. Okay, all right, let's move on real quickly to the NBC. Ooh, I see you're shaking.
NBC. No, we're almost out of time, Ronnie.
Okay, we don't have more time, but let me race through.
Just
I think you talked about it on
Rendezvous yesterday.
So we're not going to dwell on it, even though I know some people who may not have listened yesterday. You're curious. The National Broadcasting Commission has queried Channels Television over the inciting, divisive, and unfair comments made by Benue State Governor Samuel Lutom on the TV Sunrise Daily Breakfast program on Tuesday. It was also gathered that the commission is not comfortable with an interview granted by former Navy Commodore Kunle Olawumi, who, as you can see both videos on YouTube, actually, on the Channels TV.
Share a link.
Yes, we'll share a link. So if you share this video on your Facebook, we'll share the link. If we get maybe 50 shares, we'll share the link. So go and share. It was also gathered that the commission is not comfortable with an interview granted by former Navy Commodore Kunle Olaomi, who alleged that current members of the Buhari cabinet are Boko Haram sponsors. The commission has since summoned anchors of the program who honored the invitation and are at the NBC office in Abuja. All right, so
there were rumors yesterday actually that they had been arrested. Even the Channels Television clarified that none of its presenters were arrested.
The newspaper reported that they were not arrested.
Yes. But I didn't watch the autumn video, but I watched the entire 1 hour plus with the oh my god, I found it
was hot.
My, I mean, I don't have words, so I just he said some things.
There are things he said. I thought that the anchors will have persisted in asking him to mention, a name.
But he said he couldn't.
Yes,
he couldn't.
I think that
because some of these people were still.
No,
I mean, at a point they asked him, "Are you not afraid for his life?" And he said that he didn't mind.
Yeah, I saw it. I thought that. I mean, he making such strong allegation. If you really had your heart in in its place and you're very bold about it, mention the name. Everybody had accused the Pantami of being a terrorist.
Exactly.
And so it's for him to now clear his name. But he should mention the name.
Okay, let's take one call. Just one call before we go. Just one. Yeah. We're going to make it just 1 minute.
Yes, just one.
Just one. Thank you very much.
029-155-1055.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
My name is Monday.
Pardon?
My name is Monday.
Monday. Good to have you here on a Friday. Go ahead.
Honestly, this issue of NDA, let me just call it embarrassment, because even me myself, I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed when the news broadcast. Then, you see, 2011, I was coming back from school. That's from Zaria to Kaduna, just to enter NDA barracks to see my elder brother, who is an army personnel there.
Oh, sugar, what happened there? All right, well, thank you. Yes, I know. Exactly.
How they frisked him, how it was tough for him to even enter that place.
Somebody actually says it's an inside job. A text message here that says, good morning, please. About the NDA attack, in my opinion, is nothing but an insider's job and probably an issue to redirect our minds, i.e. Nigerians. All right, well, unfortunately, that's all we can do today on the program. Thank you for being a part of the program. Thank you for listening. But do continue on Facebook. Keep your messages coming. We will be reading because we love reading from you. So thank you very much. My name is Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa.
I'm Oluwaseun. I hope this government is happy now. Twitter is down. Television presenters and radio presenters are now afraid to interview people. I hope they're happy.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Chariy Jerome.
Morning Splash. Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
We're kicking some folks out of the market this season.
I tell you, okay, everyone else in this bed with me, they're losers.
We're the station that beats all the competition. And we'll prove it as soon as we hear any competition.
105.5 Splash.
Big protein breakfast àṣírí ibẹ̀ nìyẹn. Bí ìyá mi máa ṣe ń jí láfẹ̀mọ́jú, wọ́n á ṣe oúnjẹ fún wa kí wọ́n tó sáré lọ sí ibi iṣẹ́. Lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà, bàbá wa máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ dalẹ́. Wọ́n sì tún jí lówùúrọ̀ láti gbé mi lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́. Kò wá sí bó ṣe lè di gádígádí tó. Kì í rìn wọ́n láti máa bá mi ṣeré. Ìdí ìrètí wọn kì í kúrò nílé láì jẹ big protein breakfast.
Bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ rẹ pẹ̀lú oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ tó kún fún big protein amárata kébé.
Peak, rich for your pig. The game is